Okay, thanks so much. And we have now Samuela Davidova, who is Liberland representative, spokesperson, and also author of The Freest. Welcome up on stage.
Is it good? Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Let me take a selfie with you. I will have a very nice memory for this very nice event. Yeah. So besides speaking about Liberland around the world, I also have my own concept, because you cannot have a nation without individuals in the first place. And I believe in broadening individual freedom and accepting responsibility for our own life in the first place. And so I came up with this, the freest, not as the most free person, or it is the most free, but with I for the person. And so, yeah, I was mentioning this. Where should I point this out? Ah, beautiful. Okay, so I came up with this idea of the freest around 3 years ago. I realized I have a pretty free lifestyle, actually, myself, and it's very easy for me. And I was mentioning it to a couple of people, and then I realized that the problem is not really that we wouldn't know about the opportunities that are there, but we actually hold ourselves back from actualizing them. Anyway, I would like to represent and share with you both positions. So the external freedom and the internal freedom. To me, the external freedom lies in broadening the opportunism so that you can actually choose from. And that's very good, but then you have to accept this responsibility to actually make the decision, which may be sometimes worrisome. Anyway, so 10 quick steps to expand your freedom, because I have 6 minutes and 40 seconds. So first, you need to broaden the mindset. You have to understand that where you are now is not the fixed point. You can be just anywhere, you can live anywhere. Maybe you will move 50 times more in your lifetime, or at least once, and that's totally okay. And what stands between you being where you are today and, say, living in Hong Kong or Dubai, maybe I'm telling my dreams, it is just like packing your suitcase and buying a flight ticket and going. That's it. I moved to Georgia, and people ask me, how did you do it? I'm like, well, I packed and I left. Like, that's it. So yeah, that's the core sort of, please do not change it for myself. Okay, you want to first be aware that of what is your current stage in life, what is your point A, which is oftentimes very hard to face. So that's a problem. Like if you're not aware of where you are now, you cannot get to a point B. It's like having Google Maps without the initial location, right? It doesn't really work. Blah blah blah. Accept responsibility and just do it. As this. Oh, okay. Okay, second, you want to have more documents. Actually, the thing is that maybe you're not aware of, and because you travel quite a bit, at least you traveled here, but a lot of people don't even have a passport because they never traveled. And they may have just an ID card. Well, when something happens, so they cannot leave the country, it's very difficult. So you want to have at least some document, but as best, you want to diversify, you want to have more documents, residency cards, and also be mindful that where you are paying taxes, it's also your choice. Yeah, you may be complaining that the politicians are harsh and not cool, but again, if you accept responsibility, you may choose a location where the taxation is better. Next one, please. Yeah, ambitious people understand then that a migratory way of life is the price of getting ahead. It's a very nice quote from the Sovereign Individual book. Very nice book. Okay, full self-awareness. You are the best person who has to know oneself the best. That's it, there's no one else. And so in order to meet your own needs, you have to face yourself and know yourself. I talk about truly full solitude when you are on your own, because I see that most people get constantly distracted. If you cannot be on your own without checking your phone, talking to someone, calling someone, etc. Yeah. Skills. Well, not just to identify yourself to whom you are, what you know, what value you can provide to the world, what you can monetize potentially, and that would be good. It's not a trade-off. You can do something that you enjoy and make money on that, but also something practical, say like cooking and so on, to take care of yourself. imagining that, okay, if the word goes wrong, so can you like rely on yourself in the first place? That's really good. Flexibility. I would say that there's a great nuance between you want to be flexible and at the same time preserve yourself. You want to adapt and, well, preserve yourself, your personality. So to actually understand what forms you, who you are as the identity, and then at the same time accept that, well, the word works differently. I think it's easier when one accepts oneself, then it's very easy to accept the rest of the word. So yeah, but then things just simply work differently in other places around the world. And it's about you understanding what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And this goes back to also like, where would you like to live? Because most likely where you are today is not the best place for you and it doesn't serve your needs anymore. And that may change also in a few years, etc. So, well, again, self-knowledge and at the same time being more flexible, open-minded. It's hard to learn, I guess, but I think that it starts from self-knowledge as well. Yeah, next. I don't have much time. Cash, you want to have more bank accounts, especially across different countries and different areas and continents. Next, crypto, of course. You can accept, we accept Monero here, I saw just now, that's very nice. You want to stay informed. You want to know where you can get from each location. I would say not over-informed, it's rather noise. So what is actually really relevant to you is where you need visa, what applies to you. You don't need to know everything in the world. You want to know what applies to yourself. Next. Things. I would say that that also starts with awareness. I think that things are great, especially if they bring you joy. If you experience pleasure, it's not about the initial dopamine hit when you buy something, but it's about the continuous pleasure when you are just treating yourself well. And you, well, all the choices that you do every day are about that. And that also improves your well-being overall. Hobbies, yeah. Well, that's also another thing. So instead of being a victim of, you know, just sort of serving the word, you also want to have something that, not just the things that bring you joy, but a hobby. So you want to know, again, yourself and invest into this. You can have some flexible hobbies. You may saw me making a tea ceremony now for my friends. So I'm traveling the world with a tea set. Totally doable, but you can have your own things that bring you joy, again. Health insurance, you're going to have a global health insurance. I have mine. There's a travel, which is usually cheaper, but that's not covering you that bad. Well, you can have a primary health insurance. I pay something like 84 euros. I was just checking it yesterday. Yeah, next. Okay, next. I have no time. Okay, and then, so why? It sounds like, okay, let's just do it. Let's have a good life. But why people hold themselves back? And so, there are three options, like you're happy with your life and you don't need to even prove it, you don't need to show it. Or you have the tendency to rationalize how well you live, which may be a problem too. Or you don't direct attention to yourself, but to the external circumstances which sort of control your life, which is not true. And that doesn't allow you to live well. Next one, please. So yeah, you may accept full responsibility for your life. Next. So why we don't do it? Because we have a secondary benefit. So every time when you feel like you suffer, you have an unconscious benefit from the situation, because that's a way, yeah, how you learned to receive love, attention, or anything else. So if you feel you live well, you did it right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Samuela. That was really good.